Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Today we have got a really lovely spider, and one that has been on the wish list for ages. I've never actually had one of these. It's really weird. I've seen them a few times and then I've thought, no, I've gone for something else. And then yeah, they're one of them ones that's been around the hobby for a long time, but they've always managed to just be out of reach. And well, we've changed that now. We've picked up one that we got from Bethany's Spiders, and that is in fact the Nhandu tripepii, or the Brazilian Giant Blond, and they really are a beautiful spider. So what we're going to do, she's in this I don't know what you call these, yeah, plastic tub, yeah, fancy plastic tub. We are going to put her in one of our 30 by 30 by 30 Komodos. Now these are, as the name suggests, they come from Brazil. They're quite widely spread, and they enjoy a bit of a mixed environment. Now they like a little bit of humidity, but they can also withstand it quite dry as well. So we can, in actual fact, play around and almost muck around with like seasons really with these guys. Now we found with our other Nhandus that they do better with a little bit more humidity than what many of the care sheets suggest. But that's just us here, that's just what we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in direct here. We're not having a clay ball layer in the bottom or anything like that. We're going to just fill it up with some normal peat there, normal potting compost, and then we're going to add a little bit of our beastie mix on top. Just to give it a little bit of texture. Mix it up a bit. It's going to be really simple. They don't need a great deal. I'll put that in there. Now, with these guys, once they get up to sort of like, well, large juvies, even subadults, they really do become quite a showy spider. So we're going to place this hide in here, but the chances are she probably won't actually use it, to be fair. I don't expect her to use it, but it's there in case she does. We can end up a little bit more substrate on the back here. I do like to cover up the backs of these bits of wood. I think it just gives another aspect to your enclosure, and just makes it a little bit more, gives you a bit more to play with. I'm going to fill that in there. There we go. Just have a little bit of the wood sticking out. Make a bit of a difference. Right then, let's just get this over here for the moment. That won't be good, will it? I'm just going to pop that there for now. It's not going to go anywhere. Right, we're just going to put some moss in here. Now then, how are we going to go about this? Let's just see. So we're not going to go too mad. Put that through there. Now, as we said earlier on, these guys, they can withstand it quite dry. So we can allow this to dry out periodically and give it that little bit extra. But we're going to put this moss in here now. And this hopefully will just give it a little bit of extra. We've got a water bowl here as well. There we go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that over in the corner there. That's out of the way. I don't expect her to actually dig very much. I say, as they start getting a little bit of size about them, they spend most of their time sitting outside. So they're a very, very showy spider, which is really cool when we're looking at keeping them, because as a display spider, they actually look really nice. Now we're going to just clean these sides up. There we go. How's that look? Nice and simple. We don't want too much. There's no need to give anything climbing wise really for these guys. These are a terrestrial spider, so they'll spend their time on the floor. As youngsters, as slings, these guys will actually bury themselves as much as anything. They're quite fossorial as slings, but that being said, they will also climb as well. So they're a bit of a mixed bag really. Now then, here she is. She's in here and she is absolutely gorgeous. If you'd like to come over here, we're going to go freestyle now, guys.
Oh, sorry guys.
Yep, as you've seen. Here we go. And there she is. What an absolutely lovely spider that is. Now you can see there with the you come back a bit and then focus. That's it. So you can see here in the colouring, they've got this lovely, almost like peachy colour on the hairs, on the legs. They are a very, very fluffy looking spider. But they're it's difficult to describe how they look in the flesh, because there is just so much going on colour wise. They really are so pretty and very underrated really. You don't see these being mentioned very often, and it's a bit of a travesty really, considering just how pretty she is. You can see there she's molted out as well, so she's in her fresh clothes. As many of you would have realised, with this hot spell that we're getting, many of our spiders are actually molting out. So that increase in temperature has brought up some of their appetites, and it's also bringing on a lot of these molts. So it's quite an interesting thing really, and it gives us something to go for in the future when we're looking at breeding and things like that. Perhaps if we've got a male that's come on a little bit early and our female is lagging behind, and we need her to molt before we can breed, then maybe, you know, we can look at this and think, right, we'll give her a little bit extra food, we'll pump the humidity up a little bit, and then we'll also increase the temperatures. And by doing all of that, we're replicating what we're getting now. We're in a heat wave at the moment. It's 32, 33 degrees out there today. It's warm in here, I can tell you. And it's bringing a lot of our spiders into this molt. So we can use that information to our own benefit later on in the year when it's not so warm. If we want to improve and increase the chances of our females, we can often bring them into this molt process purely by playing around with them parameters. Now, these are rather skittish. They're a New World terrestrial spider, and they will flick hairs. They can be a little bit on the defensive side, and like I say, they are fairly quick to move as well. So we would put these in as a sort of dare I say, maybe an intermediate type spider, purely because of their speed. They're running around. They can make you jump very, very easily. So what we're going to do, we are going to remove some of this old gubbins in here. We don't need all of this stuff in here, do we? So what we're going to do, we are going to try and take some of this stuff out without upsetting her. Because as you can see there, she's right down, tucked in amongst all this debris and what have you. So actually catching her there would be rather awkward. So what we're going to do, we are going to try. Yeah, she's going to have a little look at my hand now. Look, you see how she turns around to face what she thinks is the problem? And she might just walk out, in which case we can catch her there anyway. she's being very, very good. And she's got her legs on everything. She don't want to give up, does she? Right, that's that one out of the way. So what we'll do is we'll remove that. And now we're going to try and get her off of this piece of wood, because I don't know if she will let me pick this up without tearing off. I don't think she will. I think she's going to come off of it anyway. There we go, that's a better. It's better that she comes off of it because we've got more control. Here we go. There we go. Now we have a clear enclosure. It almost seems a shame to put her in a catch cup, but we don't really have many options here. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to go slightly different. Normally we would go over and above and slip it in that way. So we're going to try it a different way now. We're going to see if we can get her to sidestep into the box. She might not. It's something we can just try. So we put that down to the side. We cover the top. And we just ask her gently to step into the box. And there we go. Now we got her. You can see her toes in the edge there. It's not actually closed on it. She's literally just sat there. You see there's no weight on that at all. You can see that there. We don't need to worry about that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open her back up. You notice we've had no hair kick in yet. So we're just going to let her come down nice and gently. Go nice and slow. Whoa, steady, steady. Take your time. Take your time. There we go. She's like, that floor feels very, very different to what I've just come from. You see how it's like freaking her out a little bit? She's not 100% sure. But we're not going to go up here, are we? No. You see how we can use the paintbrush? By using the length of the paintbrush across all of her front legs like that, we can actually bring her back down to where we want her to be. So we're not using any pressure here, we're just gently guiding her. There we go. There we go. Isn't she absolutely lovely? Very, very pretty spiders. Now, as we were saying too, these guys are a New World terrestrial, and hair kicking is their main defense. That and running away. So this is what they will try and do all the time. They will try and flee before they'll do anything else. Now, you will read accounts of these guys being defensive, and some would say aggressive, but I think we've shown there, if you're nice and gentle, there is no need. We're not giving her a reason to give us a threat display or become aggressive or defensive in any way. We're just not giving her that reason. So she doesn't actually do it. We didn't get any hair kicking either. So, you know, by doing what we do, we move things around. We cleared the enclosure here, got rid of everything, which gave us a nice open place to work. And then we could catch our spider up nice and gently. We moved her over with no problems whatsoever. And this is what we should be aiming to do with all of our spiders, is get them moved as easily and as sensibly as possible. And I think we can, we'll perhaps look at doing a video later on where we can do a number of rehouses where we can just show how we move different spiders. So it will just be more of a video on how you can move your spider depending on what kind of species we're going to be dealing with. It's something we're playing with, and we might well try and put together, see if we can't do that. Right then, we're really pleased to have this spider, and I think you'll agree, she is very, very pretty. And we do have a couple of very small ones which we're hoping to have a male in there, and we can bring them on. She's almost ready to breed, So we will literally fatten her up a little bit and maybe get one more molt out of her, and then she'll be done. By then our male should be coming up. He's very, very small at the moment. He's only like this. So we've got a long way to go. Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.